Elon Musk's promise to phase out lithium didn't come with fireworks, but with something far more impactful: a quiet, structural change at the heart of Tesla vehicles. The long-rumored aluminum-ion battery finally appeared in the highly anticipated Model 2, and the industry's reaction was immediate. Headlines calling it a revolution, speculation about the end of lithium, and a wave of curiosity that gripped even the most skeptical. After all, we're not just talking about a new chemistry, but a bold proposal for modularity and large-scale upgrades. Musk doesn't just want to sell a new car. He wants to change the way we think about batteries, maintenance, and obsolescence. This new battery, unlike any other ever used in a Tesla, aims to solve one of the biggest nightmares for electric car drivers: the retrofit dilemma. Until now, whenever a more efficient battery came along, owners of older cars had to accept the idea that their vehicle was technologically outdated, and there was little they could do other than replace everything. Now, with the development of CPMI, the cross-platform module interface, the situation has changed. Tesla wants to allow you to replace just the battery, keeping everything else intact. And the secret lies in the way this new architecture was designed. CPMI is a modular system that, instead of welding the battery pack to the frame like a permanent part, allows it to be fitted together like a sophisticated Lego piece. Models like the Model 3 and Model Y, manufactured from 2021 onward, are already prepared for this replacement. This means that, for a huge portion of Tesla's user base, it will no longer be necessary to give up their current car to access the latest in battery technology. The paradigm shift is happening right under our noses, and with a technical elegance that's hard to ignore. Of course, this didn't come out of nowhere. Modular retrofit projects have been quietly being worked on inside Tesla's labs in Nevada and Texas, long before they were publicly mentioned. Internal documents began leaking, mentioning chassis adaptations and fitment standards that, until then, no one fully understood. Now, it all makes sense. The company had been laying the groundwork for years, even when the market thought it only wanted to sell new cars with each innovation cycle. But unlike traditional automakers, Tesla seems to be betting on something more lasting: a long-term relationship with its customers. The adoption of aluminum as the main material is also strategic. Besides being abundant and lighter than lithium, aluminum allows for a more stable internal structure, with the potential to achieve surprising energy densities. Although aluminum-ion technology has already been explored academically, no one has managed to successfully bring it to market on a commercial scale. Now, Tesla appears to have cracked that code, with a solution that not only works, but is feasible to implement in a fleet already on the road. This transforms the promise of innovation into tangible reality, something few brands have managed to achieve. And of course, all of this raises the age-old question: why only now? The answer lies in a combination of technological maturity and long-term planning. While competitors are still struggling to launch their first decent electric model, Tesla has been quietly standardizing its models, adjusting structures and documentation so that, when the right time comes, everything is in place. And it has. With the Model 2, the company is not only delivering a new car, but also inaugurating an update system that resembles the world of smartphones more than that of dealerships. The impact of this is enormous. Imagine the possibility of simply replacing the battery, without having to deal with new financing, paperwork, or adapting to the system of a completely different car. For many, this represents not only savings, but also safety and comfort. After all, creating a bond with a car is a real thing, and Tesla seems to understand this like no one else. With the arrival of this new technology, the average user has the chance to stay in the game, without falling behind with each advancement in automotive engineering. And this, for many, is worth more than any technical specifications. Meanwhile, among investors and market analysts, the buzz is only growing. If retrofitting truly proves to be a viable, widespread practice, Tesla could set the tone for a new era of electric mobility, not as a company that simply sells cars, but as a platform that offers updates, ongoing support, and a direct connection to the future. And that, let's face it, changes everything. But whether the promise will come true or not remains to be seen. What's already clear is that the game has changed, and lithium, once the undisputed king, may have its days numbered. There would be no point in creating a revolutionary battery if the electronic systems in older cars simply couldn't understand it. Aluminum chemistry doesn't operate at the same electrical parameters as lithium. While lithium cells operate at around 3.8 volts, aluminum cells reach 20 volts per cell, a drastic difference that, if ignored, would cause a complete breakdown in the control systems. But Tesla anticipated this problem. Instead of redesigning the entire electrical system of its cars, it created a new brain, a multi-layered management system that translates commands between technologies, like an interpreter fluent in two completely different languages. This intelligent management system reads the voltage and temperature of each module in real time and dynamically adjusts the inverter's behavior, preventing surges, failures, or loss of efficiency. It's as if the car now recognizes both the lithium and aluminum languages. And the most impressive thing? This can be activated remotely with a simple software update. Thus, a 2023 Model Y could, theoretically, run with the new aluminum battery as if it had been manufactured with it from the beginning. It's an engineering solution that borders on the magical, and one that no competitor has been able to replicate so far. This software-based adaptability not only solves the technical problem, but also offers a powerful economic solution. A complete retrofit with the new battery is estimated to cost around $5,000, a fraction of the cost of a new car, not to mention the costs of taxes, registration, insurance, and adaptation to a new vehicle. A Tesla owner can simply upgrade the car's energy core, double or triple its range, and reduce charging time to absurd levels without changing the rest of the structure. And all this without leaving the garage or facing the bureaucracy of a new purchase. But Tesla didn't stop there. It went beyond physical and electronic compatibility. A little discussed, but absolutely essential detail is the standardization of assembly and cooling systems in post-2021 models. By aligning fitting patterns, cooling channels, and battery layouts in factories like Fremont, Austin, and Shanghai, the company ensured a smooth transition to the new technology without the need for drastic adaptations. Trained technicians can remove the old battery and install the new one without cutting, welding, or compromising the car's structural integrity. This makes the process fast, safe, and scalable. Furthermore, integration with Tesla's software allows the car to automatically recognize the new battery, adjusting charging, power distribution, and performance parameters as needed. The driver will feel almost like receiving a new car without changing the chassis. This not only changes the logic of upgrades, but also profoundly impacts the vehicle's resale value. A 2021 car updated with the new battery can compete head-to-head with models manufactured in 2026, rendering obsolete the idea that technology ages poorly in electric vehicles. From the consumer's perspective, this represents unprecedented empowerment. Instead of feeling hostage to innovations that come and go, Tesla drivers can keep up with technological developments with much more affordable investments. This logic breaks with the traditional automaker business model, where customers must cyclically abandon the old to buy the new. Here, the update comes to them, and Tesla, instead of losing money, benefits by keeping customers within its own ecosystem, offering updates, technical support, and exclusive benefits, all with high margins and guaranteed loyalty. Of course, this proposal still raises questions. Some people wonder whether Tesla will actually allow large-scale retrofits, as this could directly impact new car sales. However, internal analysis indicates that the company already considers this as part of its strategy. Revenue from upgrade services could be more profitable and predictable than selling new vehicles. And with the added advantage of not having to manufacture an entire new car for each customer, saving on logistics, production, and carbon emissions per unit manufactured. Ultimately, what once seemed impossible, making electric cars upgradable like smartphones, is becoming a tangible reality. And if this integration of modular hardware, intelligent software, and economies of scale proves to be Tesla's new standard, we're not just looking at a new battery. We're looking at a new way of thinking about electric mobility, where your current car won't be disposable, but rather a long-time partner, always ready to receive the latest technology with just a few clicks. With the new aluminum-ion battery, heat is no longer just a technical detail, but a veritable battleground between engineering and physics. The more energy a cell stores, the greater the risk of overheating. And in this regard, Tesla's battery impresses not only with its performance, but also with its careful thermal management. Unlike conventional lithium-ion batteries, which already require special attention, aluminum batteries concentrate much more energy in less space. This requires a cooling system that's not only efficient, but almost surgical. And that's where the so-called CPMI sled comes in, a smart base developed specifically to handle this new type of power. The CPMI sled houses liquid microchannels beneath each module, which distribute heat like the capillaries of a living organism. This liquid circulation ensures a consistent temperature, preventing dangerous spikes. Tesla also integrated active heat pipes, capable of rapidly transferring heat to less sensitive areas. This means that, even during ultra-fast recharges, the battery remains within a safe temperature range, below 113 degrees Celsius. This is the same type of thermal engineering used in supercomputers and high-performance servers. Another surprising point is that this entire cooling system is integrated into the battery module itself, without relying on the car's main thermal system. Instead of changing the vehicle's architecture, Tesla created a system within a system. This greatly simplifies the retrofit process, as the aluminum-ion pack can be fitted and operated without needing to change the original vehicle's piping, valves, or pumps. This technical independence makes retrofitting not only easier, but also safer and more reliable. Safety, in fact, has been taken to the extreme. The company designed the pack to support recharges with current up to 6 times higher than that of current batteries, something that, in the past, would have been considered insane. But with the new cooling system, these charging rates are no longer so alarming. Internal tests indicate that even under maximum pressure, the temperature remains stable, with no risk of overheating, fire, or failure. This completely changes user confidence. If before the fear of fast charging was real, now that anxiety can give way to the convenience of a full recharge in minutes. This leap in performance also changes user behavior in everyday life. If charging a battery takes only 5 or 6 minutes, there's no longer a need to leave the car plugged in for hours at night. This shift transforms electric vehicle use, bringing it even closer to the convenience of combustion-powered cars, without the smell, noise, or maintenance. And when this rapid recharging occurs without thermal risk, even the idea of charging the car in the garage at night becomes more comfortable and safer for most people. Furthermore, the system was designed to be scalable. This means that, with the same thermal base, Tesla can adjust the number of modules depending on the desired range. A more basic Model 2 could receive a 60 kWh configuration, while more robust models could reach 80 kWh or more without changing the cooling system. This modularity reinforces the idea that cars will be increasingly customizable from the factory, or even after leaving the dealership, with simple, quick, and efficient upgrades. And for drivers who value durability, there's a cherry on top. The advanced thermal system helps extend cell life. Battery degradation is directly linked to high temperatures and irregular charging cycles. By maintaining a stable thermal range, aluminum ions can last even longer than lithium, without significant loss of capacity over the years. In practical terms, this means that the investment made today can remain useful and efficient for over a decade. Even with so much technology involved, Tesla managed to deliver all of this invisibly to the user. Driving the car doesn't need to understand microchannels, heat pipes, or thermal transfer. Just observe that the range has increased, the recharge time has decreased, and the car continues to function as always. And that's exactly how a true revolution happens, when complexity disappears and innovation becomes a natural part of everyday life. But all this engineering is only justified if it's accompanied by a strategy that truly makes sense for the company. And that's where Tesla's billion-dollar retrofit play comes in. From the outside, it might seem that allowing retrofits goes against the traditional business model. After all, a company that sells cars could lose billions by letting its customers upgrade their old vehicles instead of buying new ones. But Tesla, as it has proven more than once, doesn't play the same game as traditional automakers. The idea here isn't just to sell more vehicles, but to keep customers within the brand's ecosystem, generating ongoing revenue through updates, services, and loyalty. It's a strategy that resembles a technology company more than a car manufacturer. Offering retrofits with the new aluminum-ion batteries doesn't mean giving up profits. Quite the opposite. It's estimated that a complete upgrade would cost around $5,000 per car. Multiply that by just 1 million compatible Teslas in the United States, and the result exceeds $5 billion, all without manufacturing a single new car. This is direct revenue with a very high margin because it involves labor, software, and a standardized part. And best of all, the customer leaves satisfied, without having to give up the car they already know and trust. Loyalty is one of the most valuable pillars of this strategy. When a driver realizes their car can be updated with the latest technology for a fraction of the cost of a new model, they're unlikely to consider switching brands. This creates a kind of comfortable prison within the Tesla universe where everything is integrated, familiar, and technically superior to what the competition offers. The relationship is no longer one of customer and product, but of user and platform, as with those who use iPhone or Android and rarely switch systems. Furthermore, this proposal positions Tesla as the first automaker to transform cars into truly evolutionary platforms. Instead of fixed versions, the vehicle becomes an organism that can grow, improve, and adapt over time. This not only increases the car's perceived value, but also creates a recurring business model with regular updates, whether software, hardware, or battery. And this recurring model, as has proven in other industries, is one of the most profitable and stable in the current market. Another crucial advantage is the drastic reduction in environmental impact. Manufacturing an entire car consumes energy, resources, and emits polluting gases, even with efficient processes. If it's possible to extend the lifespan of millions of vehicles simply by replacing the battery,